If you have been searching for a move-in ready home that truly feels designed for living, this is something you might want to watch to the end. Hi everyone, I'm Krystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here back at Senibong Cove. This time it's a new precinct that I have never been home tour here before. It's Lagoon Residence. And very rare we have double-storey unit in Senibong Cove, and this is definitely something really very beautiful. And trust me, every single part of the house is carefully and thoughtfully and practically designed. Alright, come. So what welcomes you the first thing when you enter this house is this alfresco dining set. Practical one because it's movable. Sometimes when we have portable things, right, then it's like very shaky. No, it's very stable and very comfortable. The owner actually put in all his effort and thoughts and experience in ID design. He's a designer, so he puts in every single part of the house very practical. So this is something like when you step in, you will feel like the owner really got taste. Okay, so come, let's move in here. This part here is he told us is live kitchen area. Okay, to me it's like a bar terrace. We even have this kind of netting system here where you can close it if you want to avoid like flies going to your house. And at the evening when it's not so hot, then you can just take your seat here and enjoy a cup of coffee. When your wife is cooking, you can sit here and talk to your wife. And over here is where he keeps his bicycles. Okay. And this part here, I think need to highlight as well. Although this will not be included, this is his precious. Okay, it is an handyman corner where he can store all his. You see how detailed it is. Okay, very nice. And this is the sink. So this sink is actually built by the owner. I'm not sure whether he built or not, but he designed this thing. And it's very practical, comes with a double sink. Even you can see this kind of unglammed area here, right? He did a wooden thing to cover. Very thoughtfully designed. And all of this area here comes with decorative plants. Come, let's move in faster. There's a lot to talk. So before we enter, this is the net kind of thing. Okay, prevent mosquito. We live in Asia, right? When you move in here, right, the first thing you get to see is this decorative tree here. A lot of you might find that put a tree in a house, right, you need a lot of time to maintain because there will be leaves dropping here and there. Okay, but this is artificial and this is real. Okay, so it's a combination of both where you get the great things from both sides. Okay, and this part here is also a shoe cabinet. So just by this single corner, you can see how attentive and how thoughtfully the owner have designed. So small area, he also can put some decorative piece here where there are collections that he get all over the world. And this is very familiar, right? We see this in IKEA. Okay, definitely everyone see this. Okay, it's the most value for money shoe cabinet. But he designed it with wooden planks here, so it doesn't look that simple at all. Okay, and some of the practical corner here where he can put his keys, those things that where you do before you check out your house. Okay, and kitchen is the home of the heart. I always say this in all of my video, and I personally like kitchen. It's one of the space where I focus the most for every house. And this is at the front part, but it's very practical and very useful. Okay, so why I say it's very practical because you can see it's a U-shaped panel. So it's just not a normal U-shaped panel, but it's very functional, practical. We have open shelves for daily needs and we close cabinets for those that you need to store in, And usually when we do design, right, because this house is not like super big in size, so we do have space limitations. So usually when we ask people to do renovations, right, it's a standard about 60 or 70 cm, then we will say, okay, just design it for us okay, this is what we do because we are not the professional, okay. But for this one, the owner is a designer, so he actually measured every single part here, a more humanizing area, so that you can actually save those mini spaces here and there and gives you a very wide platform. So you can see, right, even here you walk around with your wife, even when two or three people is cooking in the kitchen, you won't feel very So for this unit, right, fittings are all included, but the decorations, mini furnitures or things like that, it can be discussed And take a look at this. You still have this, you can order. Okay. I think I want to put one already. Okay, so this is where you can do your dishwashing and looking at your beautiful home. Usually for the kitchen, right, ventilation is always out to the car park, right? But for this owner, he wants to enjoy the space out there, and also if he park his car there, it would be better that the car will not be like covered with vents, dirty vents. So he actually modified this thing to outwards of the unit, so the air here will go outside of the house where it doesn't affect this terrace area here. Oh yeah, before you go out, right, you can see he knows how to save the space a lot. Even for a small area like this, okay, washing machine, as there will always be enough space to do decorations for this owner, okay? And glass window, okay, so that you can see through. And over here is dining area. Simple 4-seater. You can put more chairs lah, of course. So a lot of you might find that this table is not too big, right? Standard dining set. Yes, because why? This house, you have a lot of place to choose for you to dine. Okay, you can dine anywhere. I will show you later. Okay, and you can see how this kind of beautiful design is. And do you know what is this or not? This is actually not just a design that wooden plank that you buy over to like cover the walls. This is actually every piece of the wood is joined by the owner. So this is purely handmade, you know. So you can really feel it when you're here. The wooden texture, the wooden feel is different from, you know, normal laminates. These are really different. Okay, right beside the dining area here, okay, another mini tree here. Not very mini, but we have this set. A lot of new renovations throughout the years that we have seen now, okay? It's a very common huge island, right? Usually we have a huge island that you can do a lot of cookings, preppings, but we often don't really think about the usage until we really use it. But for this one, right, the owner actually elevate this thing here, so it's a very, how we call it, ergonomically done. So when you sit here, then you can see the height is okay, you know, it's not like super high or super short. Then when you just sit, it's like very easily hike up. This is all properly calculated and of course based on Asian height lah, okay? If you're like super short or super tall, then sorry lor. Okay, and look at here, come over here. I think you can come here. You can see how functional this area is. It may look very, very small, but you see even for glass, right? You can already know how well you can host your guests in this area. Perfect for you to host around 15 to 20 packs, not a problem. And look at the vodka collection. Coffee machine also 2-3 already. I'm not sure whether is it included, but we can talk over it. And also for this, right, so for all of the furnitures here, right, are custom made by the owner. Okay, so you can see every of the inch are properly designed. Like for this, right, it's actually a movable island. Okay, so when you don't need it, you can just store it in and keep it for your microwave. So when you want to use it as an island to do your, you know, prepping or kneading or bread or something, you can just pull it out. It is properly calculated, no extra wastage of space lah. And these are all very nicely done. And a storeroom here, if you want to take a look at storeroom, usually I seldom feature storeroom, but this storeroom is so nice. Very, very well organized, you know. Like every piece of nuts, or if you want to find any size, I think the owner can find immediately. So because it's very well organized, okay? Come. This is the living room. So you can see a very simple sofa here, and a very nice decorative piece here. And the space is wide and TV is huge. Very simple floating cabinet here where you can store your basic needs. And I think to highlight for this living room is the lighting lah. You can take a look. It's not those common, you know, white color kind of living hall, white color light things for living hall. It's a very cozy Western style and not too angmo style also, but more of comfortable lah, I would say. The owner told us it's a Wabi-Sabi concept, okay? Come. This is where I love the most. I always love patio and I always love open area like this because it feels, I don't know why it brings more feel. So in the morning, if you want to eat your breakfast, I think it would be nice to do it here, okay? And look at the seating. It looks very small, but you can see the amount of people you can fit in this space here. Okay, and also even a hammock. These are all the small furniture pieces that owner source overseas when he go travel or something like that. And even a basket here. How practical is, right? He even thought of mosquitoes, you know. Yeah, usually we will just use like mosquito burner, right? But he actually fit this thing in here. We find this here and also one at the shoe cabinet there. Okay, so most of the outdoor area he had already secured this kind of thing lah. Okay, and this is the temporary fencing, rattan fencing, and he won't forget to build sink for every single area because we are humans, we need water outlet lah. Okay, so it's very practically done, and look at this. Okay, so nice, oh. Okay, and oh yeah, you know what is this or not? This is a speaker that you can put in here, and he even calculated that the walls that is here, and once you put the speaker here, right, it will give a more amplified and more surround sound system. For this area here, right, for ground floor, we only have one room. Okay, so the owner use it as a working room or study space lah. Come. Very, very nice, right? It's not like super big, okay, and they organize it very, very well, like you know, the ambience and working space that is enough for the both of them. So, you know, nowadays we have a lot of adults like working at home, you know, then we design this space. I always believe, to do a practical and more productive work from home kind of condition, right? It has to be comfortable and a lot of space, and it's useful so that you only bring you the mood to work at home. Okay, if not you will just go to your bed. Okay, even shelves here, and if you want ventilation, you just open here and it's your terrace already. Okay, privacy needs he also already consider to frost partially here. Okay, so you can see how thoughtful this owner is. And bathroom, okay, simple one. Okay, just take a look. Level 1 ground floor is already very impressive, right? Now let's head up to the second level. Okay? And as we move up here, usually the thing that we're afraid the most for staircase is dark. But for this one, it comes with a natural airwell kind of a window. So it gives the entire space here more lighting so that you won't feel like very dark. And there's even a small set here. So for level 2, there's 3 rooms, master room and 2 common rooms. Let's take a look first. Okay, this part here is a common room where the owner uses it as a guest room. So you can take a look here. And what I realized is every part of the house, right, every room window, right, when you view outside, right, is not very pale in color, but it's always greenish and very nice view. Okay, and it's very practical. You can see even he put this kind of set here. Okay, so this shows how much he loves hosting and, you know, bring his friend over for staycation. And a cabinet, I believe this is custom made as well. And also he even put a fridge, you know. So it's very, very welcoming. That's what we feel when we step into the house. And this part here is another space where they keep their belongings. You can use it as a common room if you want. And of course, never forgetting owner's custom-made cabinet. So I don't think he really will buy a ready-made cabinet because he really focuses on the space usage. So for when he designed the house, right, it's not only about space but also practicality. So you can see already from here, we never thought of in the middle of the room, right, you put something like that and you know, floating what we call track light. Okay, but this is where he used it to amplify the ambience and also his cap collections. So nice, oh. Okay, come. So that's not the end. We still have a small cozy space here. You can rest here. You know, he told us that he do his gaming session here. Okay, very old school iMac, still working when he said. Okay, if you sit here, you keep your Korean drama or your Western movie, you know, whatever you want to see here, you can see. You know, usually what we do, right, is we put the spare TV at the spare room, right? But you can see so big, you know, this one. Okay, sorry. This part here is where we face outside, and you can see right from here, he even built grills here to hang his clothes. So he is that kind of person where he only wants the house to look very beautiful, and those more unglam things, not so pleasant looking items, he will find space to store them, to use them. Okay, so this is how practical and how functional, and it also combines with the beautiful look. Alright, and standard ensuite, take a look. And before we head to the master room, right, take a look here. Okay, this is not just a hole, it's where you can access to your rooftop. Okay, so the owner doesn't stay here that frequently. So what he told us that is during festival seasons, right, he actually put a stair up and climbs up. And the view surrounding this rooftop, right, he can see very nice fireworks. This is something where he doesn't experience it before he have this house lah. So I find this is a very nice thing. And if you are staying here permanently, you can actually install racks here, or you know, the portable staircase, so that you can use your rooftop more often. Okay, this is, a lot of people will find that rooftop is very unnecessary because you don't use it. But when you need it, right, it's something where moments and special experience are things that not just money can buy. Okay, come. Before we head in, right, this is the master room. My favorite spot, not the biggest master room of all, but it's the most comfortable one. Okay, very simple bed set. Okay, custom made bedside table. In this bedside table, you don't look like very simple like that, right? You can see, for you to easy to put in your things, you know. For people who are neat and don't like to see a lot of messy things, but have a lot of things, this is what you need. Okay, the ideas from this owner is really very nice. Okay, and what else? This part here. Okay, for Lagoon Residence, right, one of the special feature is the balcony is like a slanting one. Okay, this is very common for Australian houses actually. Okay, and even for this part here, a lot of people will say balcony, right, very waste of space lah, keep dust, you don't use it. It's because you didn't make it functional. Okay, so now the owner actually did it very functional. He put a parasol here, keep yourself under the shade. So even in the morning after your, you know, home yoga session, then you can have a tea here, or at night have a wine here. Overlooking is something that I think is good to comment, because you see, even though we are facing houses, we are facing our neighbors, but we don't really get to see them directly because there are trees in front of the houses. So I find this is a really plus point, you know. A lot of times, because we are property agents, when we sell houses, right, we know that unobstructed houses, unblocked view houses actually can fetch higher prices. But this is somewhere where we know that even with houses, right, there are ways to make your house comfortable as well. So this is one of the way, and I believe when you are here to view this unit, you can see very comfortable, definitely. Okay, a lot of trees here doing up here. And during my own renovation journey, right, I also realized that some areas that needs thing I didn't do lah. So this is where we can take experience, you can see how others design, then we know it will be useful for us. Okay, and look at that, he actually designed very nicely. Come. Okay. So why we are using blinds instead of curtains, I asked him because he told us that this is for him to control the amount of lighting coming into a house. So if it's a very dark day, you can actually open it up. If it's a bright day, you can just control it down. Okay, it's more useful than curtains. And if I'm not mistaken, it's more cost-friendly as well. Okay, come. Over here, okay, simple custom-made cabinet. And this part here, this is not just a normal cabinet area. Maybe you can come over here. Okay, you can see, right? Sometimes you don't understand why we do this kind of thing for nothing, right? Like just a normal cabinet. But you can see this is where he do adjustable area. Okay, so when he need this chair to be in, he can adjust the height. So just nice. He don't waste it. And you can turn it in and to become a dressing table, although he already have one, but maybe like when you need to do some work here, use your laptop here, you can just turn it around. So if one day you need it to be a higher level, you can just screw it out and put on here. So this is what we call modular spacing lah, okay? And this part here, very neat and tidy. And what else? Okay, this is a cabinet as well. Movable, enough for space. I start to appreciate custom-made furnitures now already, okay? You can really save a lot of space and put even more. So for people like me have a lot of things, right, very messy one, I think this is a good way to store your things lah, okay? And look at his guitar set, how well he has kept them, and even a hanging system here. And for bathroom, simple and clean, okay? For bathroom, usually what I usually will comment on and I find is a good bathroom to me. Okay, because the bathroom, right, how big, how grand you do it, if it's without ventilation, right, everywhere will get moldy and it will get rusty also very easily. Okay, so this is done very well. Okay, and they keep the netted done and everything is in place. You see how well he decorated counter area. Okay, so I think that's all for this house tour. Already very impressive already, right? And I find I would definitely know this property would definitely bring a lot of inquiry because it's really very nice. Okay, come, let me do a quick conclusion for you guys. So let me do a short conclusion for you guys, and this is, again, I always pick my favorite spot for conclusion. So this house is a double-storey unit, 4-bedroom and 4-bathroom, located in Lagoon Residence, situated in Senibong Cove. So for those who are familiar with Senibong Cove, you know that recent developments are all 3 stories unit, and a lot of you might concern that a bit too tall for elderly to climb, to double-storey, which I find is a really rare gem lah, okay, because it's very rare, and supply for double-storey house in Senibong Cove is really very rare. This is definitely a move-in condition unit and very practical. I believe you have already seen and know. And for this unit, right, so let's cut to the chase. The cost for this unit, the asking from the owner is 2.1 million. So for this price, I would believe initial before I step in here, I will find that double story 2.1 million, is it on the higher side? But when you come in here and you feel yourself, you will find that your money will be well spent and it's very worth it. Okay, every part of the house is nicely design, so it's very practical as well. The owner uses it, and you know, as he stays during this period, he actually modify and keep on finding ways to improve this house. These are the little efforts that I find that it's not easy to find in a renovated unit. Okay, and another plus point is the owner is actually an ID designer, so he actually infuses a lot of part area, a lot of his ideas, where he actually go overseas and source all the ideas and put it into his house, and also adding a more practical touch. Okay, so trust me, when you come over here and you stay, and it's not just about how beautiful it is, but it's also for this place, it will be very humanizing to stay, where your every part will be used worth it lah. Okay, it's definitely worth it. Alright, so if you guys would like to come here to view this unit here, do contact my number here, and definitely I will bring you to see this beautiful unit. Alright, that's all for the video today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.